What's up, guys? How we doing?
Yeah, how about you?
Doing well.
Yeah.
Go ahead. How's it feel back in Wofford after a year off?
Yeah, it feels good. It's refreshing being able to feel like there's some sort of normalcy here at camp, and just good to see everybody showing up and ready to roll.
I think you might be the first person to use the word refreshing to describe the weather here in Spartanburg. Any warnings that you gave some of the younger guys at OTAs and minicamp?
I think this is fun, and camp's the best time of the year when you really think about it. I think, every time you talk to somebody that's retired, they miss this, they miss just being able to focus on football and that's it, and hang out with the guys, and really, obviously there's worries, but it's all related to football. So the only thing to focus on is football and getting to know your teammates. So it's a fun time of year, and that's what I'm really excited for.
I think you had one of the most intense pump-up videos that you put on Instagram ahead of training camp. How excited are you to be healthy and just back out on the field?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Really excited. It's been a long off season, and obviously, unfortunate year last year. So just being able to be here with a fresh set and all the excitement is it's fun.
What have you worked on between the end of OTAs and minicamp and now?
Just everything, it's kind of a mix of everything, and really just focusing on becoming a complete running back.
How much contact have you had with Sam throughout this whole offseason, even after OTAs? How much have you guys stayed in contact?
A good amount. I know a lot of us stayed in contact for a while, and whether it's talking plays or just talking as friends, so we always stay in touch.
As far as he goes, what have you seen as far as his leadership abilities? You had a lot of quarterbacks the last few years. What may be unique about him and his leadership?
Well, he's a great leader. I think he knows exactly who he is, and that's big. And I think he knows how to get the best out of everybody around him too. I think his poise too is something that's important at the quarterback position. It doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, and that's something that we feed off of.
What's he do to get the best out of him?
Just put the ball where it needs to be. He's a great No, I'm kidding. He's a great quarterback who. I think he's really good at talking through things with guys, whether it's receivers or running backs, and protection stuff, and kind of getting a feel for each guy and what their ability is and what their capabilities are. And with that, adjusting his game, or if he needs me to run a route at a different depth, he'll let me know, and nothing goes unsaid. So.
I know this is an odd question, but was there any silver lining with you being injured last year?
Nah. There's never anything good about being hurt, but actually, yeah. I think there is. It teaches you a lot for sure. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about you kind of are forced to, when you go through adversity, to either fold or keep going. And I think it was tough at first, but man, I learned so much, and I have such a big appreciation for this game and what it's given me, and we'll never take that for granted.
Christian, this was such a new group last year. You guys didn't get on the field together at all until this time of year. What do you think the difference will be now that you've had mini camps and OTAs together as you hit this part of the offseason?
Yeah, I think it's great just being able to see familiar faces, and knowing your teammates going into camp, knowing the offense going into camp, and just getting those reps is so important. I think practice is everything, and being able to throw with the quarterbacks, being able to get with the O-line and go over different run schemes is just such an advantage that we missed out on last year.
What did we not see last year from Joe Brady's offense with you kind of on the shelf? What do you think is kind of in store now that you guys can unlock, now that you've had that extra time?
I don't know, and we'll see. We'll find out, but I'm definitely excited about it. I know Coach Brady is such an amazing play caller and a great coach, so with the weapons we have, I'm just excited to do my part and become the veteran.
Christian, how often do you tell the rookies, what's experience? What do you tell them about their first training camp that you can give them advice?
Well, it depends. Everybody's different, and everyone needs different things, but I think the biggest thing is just to enjoy this. I think when you look at training camp as a burden, it's not going to be fun. Like I said, this is the stuff that you miss about football. It's the stuff that when you look back to college, this is the stuff you miss. There's not another time in your life where you get together with your friends and play football and go to meetings and go through these dog days. So really to enjoy the moment. and to not get too hyped for it either. Just be in the present, and that's really it.
Christian, I know you're always well prepared, but did you do anything different after the injuries last year, this offseason? Did you do anything different in your preparation wise?
No, I mean, you're always adjusting. For me, I'm always adjusting little things here and there based on how I feel, and it's really an on-the-move kind of adjustments. If I feel something in the morning, maybe we'll adjust a certain part of the run or a certain part of the lift. But it's really just staying true to who I am. I've had success. I felt good in the past playing and training the way I train, and so it's also not overreacting. Injuries happen in football, and I'm so past that now that I'm just focused on this year.
Would you take a tailored deal? We all got him. What it's like to watch for you? What is it like to run that?
I'm so happy for him. Yeah, that was well deserved. I mean, he's a guy who does as much as you could ever ask. He's unbelievable in the run game. He's great in the pass game, and for me, makes my job a lot easier. So I was super fired up for him.
How much pressure do you feel after missing the game last year?
I don't feel pressure. I think the biggest thing I feel is excited. I'm just so fired up to play football again.
Not pressure. Pressure.
Oh, pressure. Oh, I thought you said pressure.
So did I.
Pressure. Yeah, I feel great. I feel great. I think whether or not I played or not, I think I would feel great. But yeah, I do. I feel awesome.
It's totally comfortable to be out there practicing and have some fans cheering you, holler your name, and stuff that you missed last year. Maybe just took for granted at the time.
Yeah, we can't wait. I know we were talking earlier. A lot of the guys just having fans and it just feeling like football again. It's definitely refreshing. So we can't wait to see everybody.
Are you totally comfortable with all of the protocols and everything that's in place with the NFL that's put forth to keep everybody safe?
Yeah. I don't know if I have a choice, so I'll be comfortable.
On that, Christian, when we talked to you in June, you said it was a personal decision on the vaccine. You're here this morning without a mask. I guess we can assume you got the vaccine and what went into that decision.
I honestly still don't want to talk about it.
Anything else for Christian? You mentioned trying to work on your game all around. What exactly does that look like? What in particular are you focusing on?
I think just, as a running back, you're always trying to find different ways to get an advantage, and as you go through the league, sometimes experience is good and sometimes it's bad. And so I think it's just figuring out exactly, what you need to, speed and strength are always things that you'll work on. Quickness are always things that you'll work on. And just mentally, becoming better at reading defenses. There's never work that's not going to be done, and there's always something to work on. So when I say complete back, I just mean really, trying to develop in all areas.
When you look around and you become one of the longer tenured players in the locker room, what does that mean to you, and are there extra responsibilities that come with that?
Oh, it feels good. It's weird that I'm in year 5 and we have such a young team. So I guess I am a veteran on this team, but it definitely feels good. I think I've learned so much from the guys that have come before me, and now I have an opportunity to pass on a lot of that knowledge to them, and that's exciting. I love Wofford. You hate it, but you love it. This like I said, I keep mentioning it, but this is stuff you'll remember forever. So I'm excited to get with these guys and just try to develop a team that can go win games.
Is there anything specifically during training camp last year that you think this team missed by not being here? What stood out to you as the biggest difference of not being down here?
I think just not getting to know your teammates. It's such a big part of this sport, and you have to be close with your teammates. That's the locker room's got to be tight, and having that now is something that's fun. It's making football what football is again.
What did you learn about Matt Rule that you didn't know this time of year?
I think Coach Rule's always been himself. He's an open book. He's a guy that you can always go talk to if you have an issue. He's a guy that is open to listening to his players, and so I will see. But Coach Rule's always been the same guy, and that's something that you want in a head coach.
You talk a lot about team goals. I'm guessing you set individual goals as well. Can you share what those would be for this 5th season?
Yeah, I don't ever share my individual goals. I feel bad, man. I'm not answering any of Joe's questions, but I don't share those individual goals. I like to keep those private. But definitely, as a team, always, the end goal is always, every team's end goal. I think this is such a unique time of the year because every team has the same goal, and slowly, people start to fall off and people start to rise up. So I think that's the big thing is as a team being one of those teams that don't fall off and just continue to be consistent.
Christian, I think you told us in one of these preseason interviews over the years that you would choose yourself at number one as a fantasy football guy. So coming back this year being fresh, would you choose yourself at first again?
I mean, I don't play fantasy football.
Hypothetically.
But I mean, yeah, sure. I think everyone would answer that. I think the same way, and that's
You getting to know your teammates?
How'd that sound?
Wait, isn't that you? Did you vote for that?
I had no part of that. I would have voted you number one.
It's your own people. Your own people.
I would have voted you number one.
Appreciate that. Thanks.
Getting to know your teammates, as you mentioned, being in training camp. How's that helped you, and how's that helped the team in the past? How did you see it in particular?
I mean, it helps a lot. I think when you show up on Sunday and you know the guy next to you, whether you think it or not, football is the most team game on the planet Earth, and you need to know that the guy next to you has your back as well as you have his back. And so, when the backs are able to get with the O-line and spend some time together, it creates a different level of bond where I know who this person is, I know his story. Gives you just another reason to continue to push. It's not about you. So I think that's the best part of getting to know a team and kind of continuing to grow that brotherhood.
Did you bring your keyboard with you, and how often are you playing piano?
They have a piano here actually, so I'll play a little bit when I have some free time.
Is it like a relaxing thing for you?
Yeah, it's very relaxing for me. It's it's something that I always enjoy doing, so it's a way to get your mind clear for 15 minutes if that.
Okay. Guys, thank you, Christian. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.